la famille.
Thank you for being here tonight. Thank for the family for the invite and for organizing this beautiful event. It's always a pleasure to come here because I'm very happy to share experiences, giving advices, get inspired, and it's both a success for both of us because we learn each other and it's a good work. So very happy to be here. And the second reason I'm happy because we launched Germany a few months ago, and it works very well. And it's always a good thing to come back and meet you guys after. So I will be happy to talk. So double excuse to be happy here tonight. So the main topic today is about sales, more precisely about building relationships through sales. So it's a very interesting topic because it's always a topic where you learn about it, it evolves, it changes. The way we are doing business is evolving, is changing. It's not the same. So sales is moving every time. So there is no like a rule, and it works every time. So you need to adapt, adjust. So it's very interesting, and I'm a big passionate of sales because for me it's not just a job, or just a technique, or just a department. It's more than an art because it's on you. It's something you can perform. You can really like be better every day, and this is very, very interesting. And yes, so I'm doing sales. When I'm thinking about it, I'm doing sales for more than 15 years. I'm only 27, but you know, when you are before high school, you're doing some project, but of course not serious project. But you don't know at this time, but you already work on your soft skills, you already convince people, work your arguments, and you don't know at this time, but you are working your sales spirit. And now I'm very passionate on it, and when I'm thinking about how many times I'm doing sales or I'm trying to be better in sales, it's like more about 15 years, and yes. So love this topic. So to start, let me introduce myself and what we are doing at Kimono. So my name is Olivier. So if you didn't notice with my beautiful accent, I come from France, from Paris. So I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kymono. So Kimono, basically what we are doing, and just to introduce my country manager, she's Raki, just over here. She's in charge of Germany. So if you have a startup in Berlin, she's the main contact. So what we are doing at Kimono, basically we are addressing corporate company culture. What it means we are doing customized clothes for companies. So it's a B2B business. Initially, our DNA is on the startup market. So at the beginning, we target only startup, but now we are working with big corporation, restaurants, and other type of companies. Our motto is made to dress visionaries, and to tell you the story, we born 2 years ago in Paris in March 2017, and we answered to a simple and a long time problem. And let me explain just quickly. So we can all agree that culture, so when I mean about culture, it's corporate culture. Culture and identity of a company is the key to success. It's very important. It's now top priorities. And all the people in the company and the founders or the board know that. And when we talk about culture, it could be, you know, the way you decorate your office, so your office designs, your environment. For example, Google understands that very early back in the days, and that's why the best engineer in the world say, I want to work there, because your environment is very important. For example, here in the family, you feel this culture, their culture. So that's part of a culture. A culture could be the way you communicate. You know, a lot of big brands of food and beverages are like very creative communication, and that's part of the culture, and that's why sometimes you want to join this brand or work to this brand. But culture is also the way you represent yourself. We talk about branding, so it could be your website, it could be your flyers, but it could be also clothes. So when we focus about clothes, at this time we were we were focused on what is the customized textile industry nowadays. You are facing an offer where products are very cheap, very low quality, very unfashionable. I'm sure you experienced that. We all have a t-shirt or a sweatshirt you're wearing on Sunday or sleeping, you know. So the products are very terrible, and even the service too, because the customer experience, there is no customer experience. It's always a minimum of quantity, and if you are disappointed, it's your problem. So the offer is, in terms of product and service, are very bad. And at the opposite, the demand is booming in terms of feeling of identity, feeling of belonging, feeling of culture. Now company, entity, or community are now a brand, and when we talk about brand, we talk about branding, and we talk about customized clothes. So what we are doing, our positioning is doing high quality products. We follow the trend of the brand in the fashion industry, so we respect this trend. We work the cut, everything. We get the positioning that is very important for us. We respect the highest ethic of our production in terms of our supply chain, but also all of our cotton products are 100% organic cotton. It's very important. And then the third point, for us, experience is everything. Our service is everything, and customer experience is very important. So we develop a customer journey where from your first contact to your delivery, you get a very awesome customer experience in terms of quickness, in terms of happiness, in terms of fun. So it's not a pain anymore to order. We make a loving moment. So that's where. So that's Kimono. We have 300 references from caps to socks and all the accessories, and we really partner with our clients. It's not like we are the supplier, you are the customer. The idea is to co-create. So to give you some KPI. We are a team of 35 people. We are in 4 countries, so Germany, France, UK, and Spain, and we will open 6 more this year. We have more than 1,500 clients, so most of them are startup, but there are also big corporation, restaurant, association. What else? For little bit of turnover. The first year we reached our first million. The second year we did 3 million, and this year the ambition is to do 10 million. So it's a big ambition, and we want to be leader in Europe in 3 years, because we are doing on this market what anybody is doing this. So we have a boulevard in front of us, so we are really pumped to do that. And to conclude this Kimono presentation, we positioning ourselves as culture designer. What it means, we invent this word. It means we started by clothes, but tomorrow we'll develop new product, new services around your culture. So objects, office design like signboard, customized furniture, wall art, etc. We already start to develop this product, but that's our motto. So now you know a little bit more about Kimono. Let's talk about sales. Let's talk our main topic. And at Kimono, we are already a sales company because it's a B2B company, and basically every companies in the world are our prospect. So we are a sales business, and we created the word Sales Ninja. So why Sales Ninja? Because we love this job, and for us we needed to swag it a little bit. But it's also a sales need a lot of soft skills. So why we created the word ninja? Because a ninja is someone who are agile, someone who can be comfortable in every situation, every circumstances. It's a chameleon, you know. He masters his art / his products. He knows perfectly his target / his prospects. So a ninja is the best example to describe a salesperson, because all the competencies of a ninja, like we know a ninja, is a salesperson, is the same. So now we say you can forget the word ninja sales. It doesn't work anymore because for us, a salesperson is an old vision. It means a sales, a guy with a suitcase who's going to knock to every door and repeat the same speech every time. For us, that's a sales classic and the old vision. But for us, there is a new vision and we call it ninja. So to become a sales ninja, we created a method with 7 rules. So I will describe this, and each rule you need to achieve the 7 rules to be a real ninja, and each rule to each rule. So these seven rules are divided in 2 parts. The first 3 are like before acting, so even before prospecting, even before acting, it's most mood, and then the last 4 it's in the game on mood. So let's go. So the first one, it's a mindset. So the first rule of how to become a sales ninja is a mindset. What does it mean? It means you are not selling anymore. You are building relationship, and it's good because it's the title of the talk, but it's already our first rule. You are not selling anymore. You can forget about it. When you meet people, when you meet new prospects, if you are in a way to sell, it's over. It doesn't work because people know that and they don't want to be to have a salesperson in front of us. You need to build relationship. It means now we are. You want to partner with everyone. You need to be curious. You need to interested of your prospect in front of you. You need to ask questions, and it's not to. The idea is not to manipulate. It's something natural, but the idea is, you are here to build a relationship first, and that's very important to have this mindset for all the salesperson who's coming at Kimono, and we explain and they drive them with the sales ninja. We say, okay, never sell anymore. You can put in a box. You are here to build relationship. That's the way you build your network. And every time we heard, it's easy if you have a big network, but how you build your network, it's by building relationship first, and it works for sale. So yeah, now it's human to human. For example, in our business, it's lots of face-to-face because we have a showroom. People want to see products. And the rule is like the first 10 minutes, you don't talk at all about products, about Kimono, about everything. You just focus on building a relationship. Even if this person is shy or this person is extravagant, you need to adapt. That's a ninja style, and you need to start building the relationship. Because after, when you will talk about price, when you will talk about products, you will be comfortable, both of you. So that's the first one. The second one, it's a passion. So it looks obvious because, of course, you need to be passionate, but lot of sales in startup, in every company, just know their product, like their characteristic. It means it's waterproof, it's 1 meter on 1 meter, but of course you know that. But be passionate of your product. It's being your first customer. You know the outcome. You know the experience of this product or this service or whatever. And you need to be passionate, because passion is not like automatic. Passion, you can nurture it, building it. It's something come with the time, but you need to like what you are selling. And this is very important for after, because if you are building a relationship and you are passionate about it, it's a game changer. And indeed, the non-verbal communication for someone with passion about it, the people in front of you are very feeling this non-verbal communication. The way you look, your gesture, your posture, everything. It's 50% of a deal. The non-verbal communication. It's the way you act yourself. For example, I have a small game, and I love doing this. So when I'm going to a party, to a friend's place, for example, you always have this friend who introduce you a new people, and after let you alone with this guy. So obviously you talk, what are you doing in your life, etc. And your friend in common say, I'm coming back, I'm I take some drinks and I come back. So you are alone with them. And I starting telling what I'm doing, etc., with passion, of course. And our friend in common coming back with the drinks and say, and he heard me talking about everything, say, oh, come on, Olivier, you're already selling your shit, etc. And every time, the guy or the girl who I'm talking about answer for me and answer for the friend and say, no, he's selling nothing. It's so cool. I love the story. It's great, and I'm sure we will need it for our company. And boom, it's a ninja style. But it's not. It needs to be natural. And when we talk about passion, it's that. When you have a meeting with a prospect, if you are just repeat your speech, your pitch, etc., it's boring. And it's about passion, and it's very important. And you don't need to be a founder to be passionate about it. You just need to follow the vision, follow the adventure, and the rest follow. So the third one of this first part, so before acting, before doing sales, is a product market fit. So maybe you already heard that. It's quite it's quite known in the startup industry. It means what you are selling, your product or service, need to fit with the target market. Because we know the sentence, if you target everyone, you target no one. And it's very important because you can have the good mindset and be passionate, but if your product doesn't fit with the market you address, it doesn't work. So it's very important. For example, we decided at the beginning to target startups. That's our target market, and we know startups are proud to wear outfits, so we have our product market fit. But we saw a lot of startup, a lot of clients where they are very beautiful product, very beautiful team, good mindset, but they are targeting teenager, for example, for a social media app, but they are advertising on Facebook than Snapchat, for example. So there is a lack of some company with their product market fit. So you need to have that. If you have your own company or you work in a company and you are a salesperson, you need to be clear and my product fit with my market or not. So that's the three first skill. So the first ninja, to recap, like I'm not selling, I'm building relationship, I'm passionate about it, and my product fit with the market. So then you can start and you can go with a real game. So the first is prospection. So prospection, it's often like a moment where we say, it's easy. I take a list of a lot of people, I contact everybody, and if 1% or 10% answer to me, it's okay, I'm fine. And it's a big mistake because prospection, you need to take a lot of time, work on it, because the first thing is you need to have a qualitative approach. You don't need to target everybody at the beginning. You need to make sure it's a good wording, it's a good approach, and so you need to find the qualitative thing. For example, for us, we know we targeted startups, but it's not enough. Who are the decision maker in startup who are ordering our product? Okay, so we make our research. We know it's most of the time founders or office manager or CMO, but at this time we targeted only founders because we are talking about their image, so they care about it. And when you know it's founder, it's the qualitative approach. You need to know perfectly your targets and you need to categorize them. It means, for example, still with my example, okay, startup, you have the small one, the startup who just raised, the big one, or geographically, if it's country or city, and you categorize everything. And then after, the idea is to contact them, and at this time you need to work very, very, very strong. Because sometimes you just say, and we receive a lot of mail, and I'm sure you too, a guy who send you a mail with a lot of description, with a presentation, and say, if you are interested, contact me. It doesn't work, and it's like a quantitative than qualitative. But at this time, you need to write your argument know exactly your target. For example, still with the founder example, we know it's busy people, and in which way we can contact them. They don't answer to phone, they don't answer on LinkedIn. Okay, but the mail, they always answer to their mail. Okay, it will be a mail. So we need to find the list of all the mail of all the founder of all the startups. So we made the research, and now we have something interesting. So yeah, the way you contact them, you find it. Because at this time, why it's very interesting? Because you know the first impression is very important. Even if you are sending a lot of things, a lot of mail, the person at the end need to think, it's just for me, and it's the way you know you need to be short, you need to be impactful, and you need to work on that. It's very important. And I saw a lot of people who are saying they are good in sales, etc., and their prospection thing are very bad, and they are lucky if they are doing sales. But if you work that, all the steps we are following will be powerful, because at this time the first impression and the goal is to obtain an answer. I don't know if you succeed to read, but the goal at this time is to obtain an answer, to trigger the desire. You don't need to present everything. You don't need to sell everything. Just say the minimum to just have an answer to trigger the desire. And after you're doing your thing. So that's for the prospection, and it's very, very important. So the next one, so the fifth one is the follow-up. The same as prospection, sometimes is how do you say? Abandonné. Yes. Sometimes it's give up. A lot of people say, we don't care. But what I mean by follow-up, you are in the execution time. It means, okay, you have first prospect, you are in discussion, you have called, you have meetings, everything, and you are in a step. Every step you are with your customer is a different step. So you need to be very organized. You need to use a CRM, of course. But you know, if you are a small company or don't have a budget to pay Salesforce or etc., Google Sheet doing the job. If you are organized, you categorize. You say, okay, I send the first email, he answered, and then I need to resend a mail 1 week after. I contact everything. I note everything. I know all of my dashboard of prospection. It's very important because when you have like 10 prospect, 50 prospect, or 100 prospect, you can say, okay, I know everything in my head. It's okay, I know I need to contact them after, I need to send a quotation but when you have 1,000, it's over. And first you clear your mind in doing this, and then you lost no leads, because you know everything, and even the people who say no, you know to contact them 6 months after and say, do you change your mind? So the idea is this time, see, every prospect needs to be a customer. That's the mood of a qualitative approach. Every prospect you target needs to be a customer, dead or alive. And so you need to. It's very important to follow every step, everything in your approach. And a lot of people give up about this, but yeah, the follow-up is the most important step at this time. Then the experience thing. For our business, a deal can be signed in 1 hour or in 3 months. It depends of the business. But for us, we don't have it's not like a SaaS or you pay and that's it. We have a lot of different customer journey and process, etc. So the most important thing is the experience, because today people don't buy just a product, don't buy a service. Even in B2B business, they buy an experience. And at this time in your customer journey, in your sales process, the experience, it means when you have all the interaction with your prospect. It means the first contact, the second mail, the call, the meeting, when you send quotation, when you negotiate, everything should be amazing in their experience. And you need to have this mindset, because to my team, all the ninja in my team, I said, the experience is the most important thing, bigger than the turnover. It's very important because you are build up customer loyalty. We don't care of one order. We are in long-term partnership, and it's all about. It's not the price. It's not the quality. Of course, it play a role, but the experience of the whole process when you are doing sales. When you are contact, when you speak with your prospect, you are in a mood to say, okay, I need to make him an amazing experience. So what? My face, my word, a discount, I don't know, but the experience needs to be incredible, and it's very important. It could be at every moment in the journey. When I say a ninja leads 3 missions for me, and that's why we don't call him a sales anymore and a ninja, because a ninja needs to get 3 principal skills. The first one is, of course, a business skills, because you talk about price, you negotiate, you have a business strategy. Then communication skills, because a good salesperson is a good communicator. It's someone who know how to communicate, etc. And the last one, in the experience stuff. He knows how to make people live an experience. So when you combine my business analysis, my communication skills, and my experience mood, and everything is linked, you are very strong, and you can have everybody, every prospect in every business. So it's and the idea is to build up customer loyalty. It's all about that now. So the last rule of how to become a sales ninja, that's the most difficult one, because you can be perfect the 6 before, you can have the mindset, you can doing perfect follow-up, your prospection is perfect, etc. But a lot of people doing very good, but they don't have a contract signed. They're not closing, or the customer don't pay, but everything is fine, but it doesn't close. Why? Because closing, it's an art, really. Because at this time, for example, for us, we have some ninjas who's doing this perfect job, but they have like 10, 15, 50 quotation and not signed. So okay, they are not a customer I never want to pay or never want to sign, but you are a salesperson and you want to sign because you got your objective and you want to accelerate. So how you can close and how to make people close faster and quicker. And at this time, you need a lot of techniques, but I call them the best excuses, because you don't need to be the sales guy who say, did you see my quotation? What do you think? Because the approach is bad, but you need to be smart. It's a smart move. For example, you can bounce on the news of the company. You can bounce on the news of this guy, because normally you build a relationship, so you know you have interest in common. So it could be a lot of things. For example, it can be a question also, if you need to have a question or something, but don't send another mail like about the quotation. You need to get back with a real excuse. We use a lot, but it's a real one for us. For example, people make a quotation at Kimono, but after, they don't need it now. They need it in 3 months or 4 months. So why sign a contract now? Because I don't need it right now. But our best excuse, but it's sometimes it's rare, but say, when you want your product, it's 3 months. But the thing is, like, in 3 months, we have a lot of big events. At this time, our workflow are full, and you will be stressed, I will be stressed, our supplier will be stressed, and maybe with the shipment there is a problem, and you will not have for your product, and everybody is fucked up. So our excuses say, why you don't order now? And we can stock your products, your goods in our office or in our workshop. It's okay, we can do it. Okay, you're right. Let's do it now. Okay, sign, and you have your contract. It's one of 1,000 excuse strategy, but just to keep in mind, closing is the hardest thing, but it's the most important thing at the end to say, okay, how I can close this customer. And even if it's a B2C business or B2B business, but you need, even if you negotiate, you got the price, a lot of people doesn't make a move, because who wants to do a move when when you need to pay? No, nobody. So you need to be smart. So that's the smartest move. So that's the 7th part of and the last one of the sales ninja, and how to become a sales ninja, and with all these 7 rules. An important thing is to level up, and to keep in mind, nothing is acquired. You need to learn every time. You need to scale your process. You need to be more efficient. The idea is, if you succeed to send 100 email by hour, how you can double in the same amount of time. So you need to have tools, to have process. For example, for our mails, we use a lot Mixmax. I don't know if you know, but you can send like 500 emails customized in one click. And we have a lot of tools like this. So you need to always keep in mind, your process is not a fixed process. You need to be better. You need to be more productive, more efficient, and level up. And when I talk to my team, I say, okay, in 3 months you need to be better. You need to level up. You need to perform. So you need always to take a step back and say, okay, I can be more efficient. How I can do more things the same amount of time, but not to do too much thing, just to be more organized with the good tools. So you need to keep in mind this. So just to make a recap. So now you know how to become a sales ninja. You need to achieve 7 rules. The first one, you are not selling anymore. You are building relationship. Second one, you are passionate. You are passionate about or what you are doing. Then your product fit with the market. Then your prospection need to be an intense work. Then the follow-up, to follow all your steps with all your prospect, with all your customer journey. Then the experience, it's all about an experience. You need to make your prospect living an amazing experience, and then how to close him. And if you arrive to succeed in this rule, I think you could be a real ninja and perform in the sales business. This is which is a very complicated topic, but interesting, because you can crack a lot of new things. So now you know. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the talk. I think just one question. I understand how to compensate a sales force or a group of ninjas based on like closing. If you put the incentive on relationships, do you compensate on the number of emails sent and not compensate on sales at all, or how do you operationalize that?
You mean when you are in the closing time?
No, I mean when you I suppose you have a team of the 25 people, probably 5 are team members, right?
Yeah.
Like, do they have any? Is there any incentive? Like, if I close more, does a rep get higher revenue, or is that done by, X amounts of leads you have? How do you?
No. Yes. So we have commission. So the minimum objective is 20K each ninja per month. So that's the minimum you need to do. And after, you have a commission on every deal you closed. So it's a percentage. So if the deal is very big, classic. So that's the only way we incentive.
Hey, so I'm wondering how you identify, your leads initially. Like, how do you kind of diversify the areas where you're finding these people? Like, are you tracking and doing some kind of analytics on, returns from, conferences versus, meetups versus, grabbing people on the street? How do you approach that?
We know our target because we work on that. So we have now we have 3 departments, 3 targets: startup ecosystem, big corporation, and restaurants. So the work we did for that is say, okay, who is ordering in which type of company. So as I mentioned, for example, for startup is founders or office manager of CMO. Then we know they are really good in answering their mail. So we need to find their mail. We can meet them in meetups, but we need to send a mail to everyone. We need to contact everyone. So we have a tools called Clearbit, where you can find an email to you just type the name of the company and he find you the mail of the people you want. And we have a lot of tools like this. And when we have the mail, we have our target mail, and we set it. For restaurants, it's different because they don't see any mails, so we need to go there directly. Or if it's a chain, we know it's marketing, so we contact the marketing with a mail. Honestly, as our customers are everywhere. For example, you all work with in a company, so technically you are all my prospects. So I can talk to everybody tonight and have a mail, etc. But when you have in your mindset, like every company can be interesting for you, even if it's a street, in a party or everything, just need to, you are not selling, you are building relationships. So just be open to every situation, every opportunities, and the rest will follow. If you have your mindset, like you are building relationship, you are passionate about it, you know your product fit with your market. So for example, for us, it's company, and after the rest follow.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. So during the presentation, you highlight that customization is key for prospection, which is definitely true.
Yeah.
I believe in it.
Yeah.
But for me, customization is more than just changing the name, the company name, and so on. So at the end, you mentioned that you are using a software so to send maybe 500 emails per day, which can customize the email. So I'm just wondering till which extent it can customize this email, if it's, let's say, really beneficial for you to send 500 emails per day with a software instead of, let's say, human customization. Just I want to know your point of view on this. Thank you.
Yeah, our customization is, you mentioned it, it's the name of the company, and I think, I think that's it. But we have two customizations, so the name of the company, but the way how we write the mail, how we turn, it looks very personal. And yes, it's very efficient to send like 500 mail in a day because you prospect everywhere on your target. So you have more leads after. So yeah, I'm sure with Mixmax you can do way more, but for us it's enough with the first name, the name of the company. But the real work is not the customization; it's what you are writing, what the meaning of your message. For us, it's very short. We just present, but very quick. And at the end, we always have a question, an open question. So, what do you think? Because people think they need to answer if you trigger this desire. So yes. But Mixmax, I'm sure you can do a lot of things. But for example, we have sequences. It means if the people read and doesn't answer, another mail is sent. If it doesn't read, another mail, and we have sequences, and you build your tree. You know. Is that answer to a question?
Yeah. So out of this, let's say 500 emails per day, what is your reply rate?
But it's not 500, but approximately it's 100 or 200 per day. Open rate or answer rate? Open rate, I think it's 80 or 90%, which is big, and answer rate it's 50%, which is big also. And at the beginning, the first 6 months, because we really targeted, it was 100%, not 100%, 90% answering. It was very efficient, but now we target more people, so of course the percentage, below, you get it. But yes.
I have one more question. You said 80% opening rate?
Yeah.
Do you customize the subject lines?
Yeah.
Do you customize them more than the rest of the email body?
we customize the subject line. So many times it's the company X Kimono, or we tried a lot of things. Then the first name, then the company, and that's it. But it's I can show you after if you want to see the message. But that what I said is really the message, and it means my point 4 about prospection. At this time you work in your message, and sometimes you say okay, it's easy to say to do a basic message, but all the power is in this first message. So you need to work on it, and what we did is quite good.
Could you show us an email, like a first touch email?
Yeah. You have your computer?
Or just read it up or
but,
something?
After, yeah?
Yeah,
I will
cool.
show you,
Yeah, sure.
Maybe one more? Okay.
Thank you for the talk. My question was regarding calling instead of emailing. It's something that I do in my job a lot.
Okay.
For me, it's really a hit or a miss, especially in the German market. And follow-up question to that is, like, what is your approach to GDPR?
We don't have the approach yet. Yeah, we are not calling at all, because for us we are disturb people, and a lot of people now it's very intrusive and doesn't answer. Where you work? What is your business? What do you call? What is your business? What is your work? Okay, mobile marketing. Okay, and you need to call. Yeah, okay, but okay, but for us it's like very forbidden to prospect like this. You can call after May, etc. Of course, but no, our approach for the RGPD for the moment is nothing. But we work on that, and we know we need to work on that and find a solution or find another way, because now it's mandatory. But at this time, nope. We keep going and thinking about it because it's important. But we have no approach at this time.
Cool. Thank you, guys. If you want to ask more, Olivier is going to be here after the event, so you can ask a bunch of other questions. Thank you so much for the talk.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Que la famille.